Hey, yeah, it's me, Turbles Celbor, back with another incredible, amazing game, which may require me to edit my live streaming setup so you can actually see what the fuck is going on. These are live streamed on hard limit, so if you want, there's a link in the description if you want to see these live. Just remember, if you are watching this live on hard limit, number one, there's a 30-second delay. So I do see the chat, but it's going to be 30 seconds, so just keep that in mind. That's number one. Number two, playing this on Arch Linux, so let's go. We got Victoria 3, Woke Belgium. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be great. So I played a lot of Victoria 3. I've played it on this channel before as a long play, but I've never actually just like played the game. So let's go ahead and we're going to do it in Iron Man mode because there's no reason to reload. All right, so then we got our normal game rules. We have available achievements, and I'm just going to play in sandbox mode. Save name Iron Man. Let's go. Don't save to cloud. Don't show invalid. Start Iron Man. So we're playing with all the expansions that are currently, not all the expansions, I think there's one I'm missing, but the good ones, the economic ones I got going on. So it's Victoria 3. For those of you who don't know, it's a grand strategy game in the classic sense from Paradox. This is the economic one, all right? And then as you could tell from the description, I'm going to be playing Woke Belgium. Now, because I'm live streaming this, on a platform that's not based in the US but is based in the EU, there is a possibility that someone from Belgium will see this. And I just want to say, look, I've never been to your country. I don't know much about it, other than, of course, the Belgian Congo shit and Tintin. So I don't have a very positive view of what you did to the Congo, but you know, my country wasn't very nice to indigenous people anyway, so well, I don't know. But what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna play Belgium. So, let's get it going. Minor power. The reason I'm picking Belgium is this is a starter power. Yeah, Belgium Iron Man, start Iron Man mode. Yeah. Alright, so we're in pause mode, we're good. Okay, so Belgium's a very good starter country for a lot of reasons. So first off, it's a country situated in Western Europe. Belgium was originally part of the United Netherlands, and then in 1830, so this is actually, this is 5 years after that. In 1830, they declared their independence. And then I think in 1841, the Netherlands tried to invade again, and it didn't really work out because France intervened. So if you're playing Belgium, it's a good starter country for a lot of reasons, okay? But first off, let's talk about in Victoria 3, the one thing that matters, which is the economy. So there's a couple things you gotta do before you even start playing the game. The game is gonna be paused for most of this live stream, I think. So, first of all, it's a small country and it's a monarchy, and this is really good because I am definitely going to need to use that authority. Let's go ahead and check the politics situation. So it's a contested government, so it doesn't have as much legitimacy as I would like. How much clout does the government have? Actually, who's in charge? So we got the intelligentsia and the industrialists, and they've allied behind King Leopold of the Saxe-Coburg-Gotha family. Ugh. Okay. This guy was really bad to the Congo. He's a real historical figure, so the game will tell you if this person is a real historical figure. And who's his heir? Another Prince Leopold. Is that the same Prince Leopold? I hope it is. These are all Walloons, right? He's a Walloon. Okay. So Belgium's a small country, but it has the advantage of being highly industrialized, which is good to start, because they don't have to work on the economy too hard. They already have a starter corporation, which is good. And even though it's ethnically diverse, they're united by their Catholicism, so that will make it easy to make some social changes. The only problem we got here is that I want to make woke Belgium, so we're going to have to make some changes. The biggest hurdle I've got to make a country woke, right, is we need to, number one, we got to get people educated and literate, and we've got to make sure the church can't tell people what to think. Everything else will come later. But like we gotta start getting people educated really fast. We don't need colonial affairs. We have a professional army. This would be really good later to have guaranteed liberties, but right now, what's our migration? Okay, so we don't have migration controls. This is good, and slavery's banned. So this means we can actually like get people emigrating here if the economy becomes good. My concern is there's a lot of opposition to every possible reform. We could do laissez-faire. I guess I don't really want to do that. That's not going to go well. Wealth voting, bad. We need census voting, but we're not there yet. We could try abolishing the monarchy, but that ain't going to go well yet. Elected bureaucrats is fine. What I really want to do is total separation, because that'll really help. So, okay, so we could do some poor laws. That'll definitely help with food security. It's tricky early on. I'm really used to playing what would now be called third world nations, but in this game are called unrecognized powers. I'm used to those where basically you've got to do everything you can just to get wealth voting. So that's pretty popular. I don't really want to do... Homesteading's good. Per capita taxation's good for start. Let's go ahead and go for private schools, because although this is really bad, like, for the poor people, because it's not as good as having a public education system, it will greatly strengthen the intelligentsia, who are not monarchists, but Republicans, if I'm not mistaken. So let's actually look at the different groups really quick, because we have... If we're going to do woke Belgium, we got to get our political movements going. So we got a liberal movement that isn't very politically active. We've got a much larger royalist movement that isn't very active. A Belgian supremacist movement, which I'm going to want to crush. And a Catholic traditionalist movement, which I'm also going to want to crush. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bolster the liberal movement. I'm not going to worry about suppressing these movements yet, because there's no reason to. So we've got 1836 Belgium. For whatever reason, we've got part of Wallonia. Is it Wallonia or Wallonia? Wallonia. We've got all of Flanders, and we've got part of the Gelre. Is it Gelre? Gelre? I don't speak French, and I don't speak Dutch. I would say limited Spanish, fluent English, and a smattering of German, which will serve me well in this game. This is basically split, so I don't want to develop this state at all. Why did it show my desktop mouse? It like de-decorated the mouse. It's interesting. It's the first time I've played this game in Arch, so we'll just see. So we want the liberal movement going. What's our relative military strength? Is that one of these? Army size really should be on here. Mass migration, military. Yeah, there we go. No, that's the wrong lens. That's actually my military lens, clear locked lens. Fine. I just want to see, because the Netherlands is my chief geopolitical foe, and I'm their rival. So let's just see. I want to see what their relative military strength is. Number 32, their power projection is 495. Can I, like... I want to see the lists. No, countries at peace, military. There we go. So let's go ahead and sort. Why is it saying countries at peace? I don't want to see that. Show me military. Okay, why is this not working? Huh, that's an interesting problem to have. All right, let's look at me. So I have number 31 with a combined military power of 527. Oh, what? Do I have better? I bet I have... Let's look at the army, the Belgian army. So we have line infantry, hussars, dragoons, cuirassiers, and lancers. Wow, we've got a lot of stuff. Cannon artillery. What happens when we upgrade? We're going to have to import more stuff, but we should upgrade it. I suspect my military is more technical. That would be my guess. I suspect I have a more advanced military than them. Also, what's their population? Because this is going to be relevant. 2.74 million versus... Oh, okay, so we outnumber them. That's why. There's, like, more of us. Okay, so that would also make sense. So I am going to... The biggest geopolitical hurdle I'm going to have is basically I either need to conquer the north and get that squared away, or I'm going to have to, like, go to sea and get a colonial possession in order to become a great power. So... Ideal scenario, which I have done in the past, is to basically defeat the Netherlands in a war and get the rest of the province here, and then proceed to annex Luxembourg peacefully, at which point this country gets really mad, attacks you, but at that point, that was like 1870s, and by that point I was too strong. So, that's good. Oh, it's a Wednesday. Huh. All right, so starving. Yeah, I guess I should look at food security. What's our food security? There's a wheat shortage and a grocery shortage. Okay. Oof, this is gonna be rough. I'll have to evaluate the economy as well. There's already a bunch of shortages, which is fun. So I've got a lot of diplomacy points. So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to, number one, they're protective towards me. I want the Germans on my side, and I want the French on my side. I can't remember. They're also protective, so let's go ahead and improve relations with Great Britain as well. And then, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead. I can't do Russia. I don't have enough, which is fine. I am talking to a lot of, like, great powers, which takes a lot of diplomacy. I have 200 left. Let's go ahead and start improving relations with Luxembourg, because I do think it's not that hard to annex them peacefully. Because it's like, they're the same, they're also, I believe, what's their demographic? Yeah, they're mostly Wallonian, and these people are also mostly Wallonian, so it makes it a little easier. Yeah, important to note, I will do this form of cultural sensitivity on a Western European country, and that is, Belgians, all right? They're Flemish, and they're Wallonian, and I don't know what else, right? But that is not the same thing as the Dutch. So that's a different ethnic group. So I'm not, you know, my ancestors are all from, like, in here, right? And they got their own problems. But, like, I can respect it that y'all might speak a similar language, but are not the same ethnicity. I get it. Let's see. So, got those building up. Bolstering the liberal movement. What is our literacy? Our literacy's 41 at start? Damn, that's great. You gotta remember, I'm usually playing this game places like, oh, I don't know, let's redo like Ethiopia or something, but with like the crummy guy. So like, I'm used to the literacy being like less than 10% at start. So that's incredible. I may not need to do very much to get the literacy up. All right, so we may not need to do qualifications because let's look at the job market with buildings. So let's see what we have in terms of the industrial economy. So Belgium actually has a developed industrial base at the start of the game, so you don't have to think too hard about supply chains. The one thing it lacks is motor industries, and that's why we have a motor industry shortage. However, we already have like 2 steel mills. Oh my god, this is great. This is so good. Ugh. I'll be level with you. Like, I've played this, I have unfortunately sunk like hundreds of hours into this game, and other than like maybe the first couple times I played Belgium, and then after that I was just like, ooh, like let's reenact the Grand Chaco War and stuff, and so I'm really not used to having this much shit. Oh, this is great. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, we have fertilizer already. Oh my god. Oh, this is beautiful. So when it comes to the economy situation, let's check the unemployment. So let's go to population. 33,000 unemployed. Oh my, yes. Insignificant unemployment. And then we got 760. I'm not going to build this up because there is a conceivable scenario in which I have to cede this to the Netherlands. So I am going to not build up the Belgian side. Instead, I am going to work on Flanders because there's a lot of unemployed people. Now, you want to build in places where there are a lot of unemployed people. That said, there's a lot of peasants here. So it's possible to draw these peasants out of what they're doing. So if you don't know how to play this game, this is not a how-to in the traditional sense, but I will show you how I'm doing things. So let's talk about this. Peasants live in, so you'll see 2 figures when you look at a local population. You'll see unemployed people. These are working adults that exist within the game's economy. Okay? Very easy. All right? The other thing is the peasants who are not employed within the commercial economy but are producing goods on a building called manor houses. And I say on a building called manor houses because if we go ahead and look at the buildings, right here, I believe it's under rural buildings. Go down here. Maybe it's a development building. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, I can't remember where this lives. Financial, there we go, manor houses. So manor houses exist when you have arable land that isn't being used in for organized like industrial extraction. So principally it's like farmland, right? And so these represent kind of the traditional like subsistence farming. And you can see I got a lot of peasants living in there. This is basically to absorb excess population, and they also produce like a very limited set of goods, which is fine, I guess, but it's not nearly as good. Like, so it's not nearly as efficient as regular agriculture. So this isn't producing very much wheat, but it's producing a lot of different products, which are good at plugging small holes in the economy. So let's go ahead and we have a construction industry already that's level 2 and it's iron framed. So this is good. Belgium already has a construction sector, so that means I don't need to like set up the construction economy, which is great. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do instead, I know I have a bunch of unemployed people here. So these people already exist within the regular economy. And at least of the ones that are available, most of them are laborers, but there's some machinists and shopkeepers. So there is no steel mill here, which is not good. Oh, this is going to be rough because this is actually a better spot for the metalworking, but this would be better for export. I do have railroads already because, of course, Belgium has 2 railroads, so I don't need to worry about between province transport. Holy crap. Everybody's like, oh, this is a good starter country. I didn't realize how good this was. All right, so let's go ahead and prioritize building a motor industry. We definitely want to do that. So then I'm also going to place the road maintenance decree, which will increase the build speed. How much? I only have 400 authority left. All right. I don't want to do that yet. So we've got the first thing I want to build in place. I've got my diplomacy going. I've got my the government is about to enact private schools. What else do I need? I need to evaluate production and decide where the holes in the economy are. So we know that there are significant holes in the domestic economy. So if we can go to this is after they've done the Charters of Commerce update. This is vastly superior to the base game's economy, which is, in some ways, global trade is easier to manage in the base game's economy, but like, this is just so much better. All right, so I'm producing a lot of tools, which means that I need to be exporting these quickly. I'm also producing a lot of steel, which means those are going to be good for export, and we've got a lot of iron. So that's going to be good. So mostly finished goods. Wow, I have explosives production. This is gonna be great. I just need a munitions plant and I'm good to go. So we're pretty good on most of these. So ships are something, man o' wars are something we don't have. I think we have a navy, right? Yeah, we have 1 boat, so that's why. I could disband the navy, but I don't really want to do that. So instead, let's go back to the market. I'm going to use the mouse to click it because I still, even though I put about 700 hours in this game, I still haven't like gotten used to pressing F1 for government. Because I play it on the deck too much. Yeah, the deck will get you every time. All right, so what we got here? Cannons are expensive, so I'm definitely going to need to produce some of those. I don't have a glassworks, do I? I'm noticing the most expensive, so my shortages are engines and glass and cannons and that man-o'-war thing. Tea for whatever reason. But I don't have tea plantations and I don't have any colonial possessions, so it's not like I can get tea. So I really need to prioritize basic goods like fabric and wood are good to have, but I need to also get glass. But that's also going to require me to reduce the amount of wood. So I think getting engines early would be good because I need to protect a domestic industry, or need to create a domestic industry because I do not want to be dependent on Britain because they will prove to be an unreliable ally. I definitely want more fabric. So let's go ahead and look on the build menu for agricultural products. I cannot obtain fabric via the traditional method. So traditionally you would just build cotton plantation, but I realize this ain't in cotton growing lands. So let's go ahead and look. So I already have this industry built, and it already has advanced. Okay, so this is there's no way in which I can improve the output of this livestock ranch. It is #1 in the world as well, which is cool. So what we're going to want to do is we want to reduce the cost of fabric because it will reduce the cost of construction. Let's go ahead and build 5 of those because I have so many unemployed people in Flanders, and I have so many. Yeah, that's definitely going to be good. Let's lower that in priority list. Should just alt click. So let's go ahead and get those 5 through. So I'm going to need that fabric, and I can export that meat, which is going to be really good when I actually get there. Exporting meat, very good way to make money in this game. All right, so taxation situation. So I have plus 505 K expenses, and I'm halfway full. Excuse me. Allow me to drink this tiki punch. Oh, so sad. So something you need to understand about this game is that it's actually unintuitively, it is very bad to have a positive balance for a prolonged period of time. If your gold reserves get too high, it devalues gold, which is like fucking up the investment pool. There is a complicated relationship between the player and the investment pool. I cannot possibly describe it. I intuit it all. But as a general rule, you want the investment pool to grow. And so in order for that to work, I want to make sure that I don't ever top out on gold. If I get close to topping out on gold, I am going to like do everything I can to fuck with the budget so that we don't go over. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to overspend on government wages and soldiery. And there's a good reason for that. Number 1, this brought it down to 0. But number 2, this increases my prestige and it increases my available authority, which I'm definitely going to need. So then let's go ahead and add a consumption tax on liquor just to balance the budget a little bit, because then we can adjust down on taxes if we need to. So this will increase my approval. And actually, let's go ahead and just totally blindside it and do as much as possible, because this is going to make people very happy and want to support the government in all that it's doing, which we're going to need in order to make big changes. So from a, we've got the lathe, we have a glass issue, we have railways, don't have nitroglycerin. What's our military situation? We have the percussion cap, so we know how to make that. And then we know about, we could make shell guns. Yeah, that's the one I want. I want logistics. The reason is conscription. Speaking of, I'll let these upgrade, and then we'll see what our top units are. We're gonna need a munitions plant. And yeah, definitely in Flanders. And then we're also going to need a artillery foundry also in Flanders. And then to fill the last hole in the economy, we're going to need a glassworks. Let's go ahead and also put that in Flanders. We're kind of going all in on Flanders right now because I don't want to, I'm going to leave the peasants alone in Wallonia for now. You don't want to try and transition the economy too quick, because it takes a while to build qualifications. And if everybody's employed over there, I don't think all the buildings are full. So actually, I can literally just check. Are all the buildings full? Actually, yeah, all the buildings are full. Weird. Okay. You know what? This is good soldier town. I could deal with that. Let's go and get some more soldiers. I don't know. I assume we're not getting line infantry. I assume we're getting a different kind. So we'll build that after we go live. So let's look at the building situation for the queue. Yes, this looks pretty good. We're going to try and plug the fabric hole, and then we're going to need to figure out a liquor situation. So let's make sure we're not, like, doing anything stupid. Okay, none of these are that stupid. Actually, this would be good. What's the... Oh, no, I don't want to reduce it. Okay, don't need furniture manufacturing. This will be easier in the buildings menu. Don't want to use luxury clothes because I don't have silk. We do want dye workshop, so we're importing dye. We'll do leaded glass, and sure, we'll do that just to round it out. Paper mills are looking good. Probably could increase production. Got lots of tool production. It's actually in a pretty good shape. I don't think I'll have to do very much. Sometimes I go in there and I'm just like, oh my god, I gotta change this to this to this, but most of the changes are gonna happen after we actually start. Okay, so got that. Let's check the market situation again. On the global market situation. Local prices. No. It's market trade. What's our trade situation? We're exporting steel. We're exporting fertilizer. We got low tariffs for export, which is fine. That's like a way to make money right now. Low tariffs for import. It's not sugar that I want to tax here. Engines. I need my own domestic production, but I actually am going to lower the tariffs. And then, I guess it's no tariffs. Exporting iron, importing tea, importing liquor. Let's reduce the tariffs on liquor. And then we're importing fabric. Now that I'm going to actually increase the tariffs. I'm going to increase the price of fabric to boost domestic production. Now, there's been a lot of, in the news lately, you've probably heard it. There's been a lot of things about tariffs, right? And specifically in the United States, this president wants to enact many tariffs and does so. There is a theory of economics that allows for tariffs, and they can be useful. However, if you notice, I was very careful about what I enacted tariffs on. Because you can easily screw up your economy by just, like, carte blanche throwing tariffs out. It's crazy. And that is a game, but still. Oh, wait, I forgot. We got one more thing. We got the research, military, power block, diplomacy, technology, society. Oh, everybody's fully accepted here. All right. Oh, right. We got the one last thing, which is companies. We have one company. And that is our good friends at the Société Anonyme Jean Coquerel, I think. Courage to the last, I guess. I like this little thing. They can't produce prestige goods, but they can attain several things. I am going to actually make them better. I am going to give them investment rights. I'm going to give them trade rights. And I'm going to give them industry rights on iron mines. The reason I did that was because I start with a company. I'm not going to be able to create another one for a while. I'm going to need to ride the prosperity of that company if I'm going to succeed. So what I am trying to do is make this company just like gobsmackingly rich. And hopefully that works out. They're going to build up our trade capacity. It's going to be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the game. I think that's it. I watch as I forgot something super important, and somebody's watching this and screaming at me. Not in the live, because nobody's really watching the live. Oh, Dunkirk. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that Bruges? Is that Spanish? You definitely want an American trying to read French and Dutch. It's gonna sound great. Ooh, an event. Higher learning. Alright, the king himself has officially opened the University of Flanders. Academia is beginning to flourish in Belgium. Society should be ruled by philosopher kings. Well, I'm gonna need the academics. Okay. So, yeah, I think what we're doing is we're turning over to skirmish infantry, which is good, because that means our army is going to be vastly superior. Okay, so what's our journal options here? We'll do the path to liberalism, and we'll definitely want to urbanize Belgium. Don't worry about patronizing romanticism. Springtime of the Peoples is the one I want. Okay, so, oh right, you know what I need to do? I need to use my authority, and I also need to look at agitators. We got two options. We've got an authoritarian, and we've got an authoritarian. I don't want either one. Alright, so let's go ahead and not invite those agitators, and instead, Increase education. Actually, cancel that. I don't want to increase the influence of the Catholic Church, and I already have a lot of literacy. Trade unions are marginalized. Oh no. That sucks. You know, the petty bourgeois. No, that's not gonna work, because I don't think... What would that do? This will change. No, stop. Exit government reform. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some boosting then. So what I want to do is we need to increase our agricultural output. That is absolutely the case. And I think... I don't need road maintenance. I am going to need enlistment efforts later, but I've got a lot of extra authority. So let's go ahead and crush the Catholic traditionalist movement. If you're asking, again, crushing that movement early is going to be very important, because they will be extraordinarily obstinate. Alright, let's go. So I'm going to go ahead and up the speed to 5, because I usually play at 5 and just hit pause a lot. Russia supported their subjects' government. That's cool. How we feeling, Luxembourg? How do you feel about... how do you feel about me? They're in a personal union, and they would like to be... Can I support their independence? I'm going to start funding lobbies, too. Yeah. Yeah, see, my economy is gonna nosedive for a hot second, and then it'll recover, trust me. Because most of this is self-inflicted. I'm running at a deficit on purpose. Sierra Leone has started to improve our relations. Why? The Liberian attitude improved? Oh, is it because I haven't declared any interests? I care about, like... I guess we'll just do the Congo, just in case. I'm just gonna have that. I don't need violent suppression. I just want to see that liberal movement grow. American attitude worsened. Why? What did I do to you, America? This is like one time I played Hawaii, right? I was playing Hawaii, and I literally, at the time, like, if you look over here, the U.S. does not have the West Coast, right? Hawaii is all the way over here, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and it was 1837, and I got a notification that America has changed its attitude towards you. Attitude is now domineering, and then they asked me to just, like, become a vassal, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, where did you guys come from? All right, an influential faction within the landowners has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of private schools. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. Oh, well, you know what? The intelligentsia extended an open hand to these mavericks. I need the intelligentsia to be strong and hopefully communist later. How can you stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I say nay to such lack of ambition. I dare say I am not alone in this. Oh, hell yeah. Landowners tend to be very conservative, and we don't need that. Alright, so, Bartholomew de... Dude, I'm not going to even try. We're going to call him Bartholomew over here. The Catholic, of the Catholic Church faction, has been... preaching in favor of the Catholic Party, convinced that their victory has been foreseen by God's plans. Do you think that God would not have a plan for our pious nation? Of course there's a plan. There must always be a plan. I've seen it myself, let me tell you, and I've seen it as clear as I see you all right now, just before my eyes. And who else is to lead this adrift government other than those who clearly read that plan? But God surely wants the Liberal Party to win. Oh, are we in elections, huh? Oof, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to chip away at that Catholic Party. I actually want the Patriotic Party. I really do want a loyal army, because we are most certainly going to war. Congo interest activated. Congolese attitude improved. Oh, hey, could I, like, become their friend? Country and I want to improve my relations with you. I really do. I think that you and I could try and do, like, not colonialism and just, like, actually trade with you. That might work, because I need dye and I need rubber, both things the Congo can do. And the Congo, like, wants technical expertise, which I could provide. I could do that without, like, colonizing them, I think. I hope. I hope I could do that without colonizing them. I mean, worst comes to worst, I just, like, import all my rubber. Uh-oh. Well, what just happened? We just had a frame jump. Something weird occurred. Mana war shortage. Oh, there's low organization. Oh, that's because we don't have any stuff. There's a shortage. Yeah, I know there's a shortage. Small arms and artillery and everything's expensive on the Belgian market. We do need that fabric, though, but I think we're getting that. Let's check the building queue. Yeah. We just had one go up. The grand plan plays off. Felix? Yeah, I'll just go with Felix. The methodological leader, or methodical leader of the landowners has been studiously working behind the scenes for some time now, and at last all his work has paid off for the landowners in Belgium. The man is so pleased with his axe, he looks like he's about to burst into flames of contained emotion. Wow, how charming, professionally speaking, though not the most clever... Oh, professionally speaking, though, not the most clever move. Yes, just as planned. I could give momentum to the Catholic Party, or... the Belgium shall reap the rewards. Heck yeah, more minting, baby. Reduced cost of borrowing, don't mind if I do. So let's check the radicals situation. See, by keeping taxes very low for no reason, I have gotten a lot of loyalists very quickly, and there's not that many disloyal people, which I will definitely need, because I'm going to be doing a woke run, so people going to resist. It's going to be crazy. Oh, right, the private queue is now working. So sweet, we got sulfur mines. So something that I didn't realize until like my 9th playthrough of this game was like, oh man, you can work in tandem with the private queue. So private construction, they'll do it on their own and pay for it, which is really nice. But then you can also, like, whatever holes, like they're making a paper mill at a sulfur mine, right? The paper mill, there's like, paper's expensive, and this is going to be good because it will lower the price of paper. So it's one of those things where the interplay between you and the private queue can be really fruitful, especially if you don't want to have to, like, build everything yourself. What? We have insufficient to prestige to maintain our major powers. I didn't know we were a major power. Oh, it's because I'm pumping the I'm pumping the economy the way I am. I like how my mouse just occasionally just like appears. That's fun. I like that. Is it like a gestures thing? Right? Did I accidentally turn gestures on? I think I did. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, now y'all know I'm using KDE over here. Huh. Explosives are good, but we need something for them to actually buy. We're going to need those lead mines, so that's really good. I think that was in the private construction queue. So we're going to need that. The lead mines are going to be good because once we start producing ammunition. This is, like, overloaded. That's why. Why is this one going down? We'll keep that up. Man, transportation's expensive. I just need to get through this election. Oh, man. Okay, so what do we got? Well, they're now a contested government still, so that's not good. We've got a... Oh, shit. They're market liberals? Okay. free trade, commercialized agriculture, child labor allowed, laissez-faire. You know what? What if we added the armed forces? Yeah, there we go. Slightly more legitimate. Plus, I think military reforms are going to be really important. Nope, we got some more stuff. All right. With the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. When Steve first began to pump and wheels go round at so many revolutions per minute, what are called business habits were intended to make life... What? Were intended to make the life of a man in harmony with the steam engine, and his movement rival the engine in punctuality. Interesting. It's actually kind of profound. Should I advance to water tube boiler or improve coal throughput? I'm exporting a lot of iron, so I'm actually going to try and boost the iron exports, especially since my company is going to need it. What do they own? What's their portfolio? They own some tooling workshops and some steel mills, and that's it. That's not good. You guys need more than that. Once they get... What are their reserves? They have a lot of profit. I think I've... yeah, their prosperity is quite high. I think I've taken the gloves off of and allowed private business to do its thing, I guess. This afternoon, Charles de Brook, I don't know, can't do it. Leader of the intelligentsia delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of private schools. This should ease the path to reform greatly. I'm actually going to use it for performances like this reflect well on Charles and his cause. Because not only does this increase the likelihood of success, but it's also going to increase the attraction to the liberal movement. And if you know anything about socialist theory, you know that, of course, you have to progress through liberalism, right? That's how it works. You have to become a liberal market state first. All right. Yeah, I know it's a whole thing. Supposedly, that's the best way to do it, is to have a bourgeois revolution and then have a socialist revolution. But I don't know. Representing his constituents in the intelligentsia, Charles has issued a formal petition to the Belgian government to pass free trade. I will give you propertied women instead, because I don't need free trade yet. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure we could spare the last hours of light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. I'm going to offer them property women because I actually would like to get that because it will increase my workforce ratio. Which I don't actually really need right now, but it'll be useful later. Better to have it now than later. Oh, that's it saving. That's why. Why is it saving? I thought we were in Iron Man mode. Okay, so we're about near the end of the pool. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I still have about a year's left of gold reserves, so I will probably eat into some of that. Oh, 63 you say. Oh, I guess we should also build a military port. A military shipyard. I'm not going to need that right away. If you'll notice, every time we're completing one of these, the deficit is getting a little less bad. And that's because fabric is getting cheaper. Disagreements within the government about what should be taught in the new private schools has brought the implementation of the reform to a standstill. These classes may have been well suited for the tutoring of noblemen 2 centuries ago, but believing they would serve a broader range of students well in this day and age is outright lunacy. And you mean to say your modern alternatives would serve them better? You would have the classical subjects phased out in favor of ignorance and poor grammar. We could force a compromise. Take some time to work out the differences, or rearrange the law to create an independent body for this. Yeah, we'll take a setback. There's nothing wrong with that, because we're probably going to pass it. It sucks because it is very chance-based. Like, you could shape the chance, but... I don't know, usually the military is, like, more in favor of, like, public schools, I feel like. Oh, yeah, 69%. Nice. Yeah, okay, so now we're down here. So let's go ahead and go to the budget. And I'm going to stop suppressing the Catholics. And I'm going to add... Ooh, shit. We can do a tax on services. Let's do a tax on services. And then I'm going to raise taxes to that level. So now we're on the long, slow climb to prevent total loss. The unrealized taxes is, I'm assuming, okay, there's not enough infrastructure not enough infrastructure in Flanders. Wow, hello. You need to have infrastructure in Flanders. If you don't have infrastructure in Flanders, how are you going to do it? Okay, so we're still enacting private schools. We're still improving. We're working on it. Low organization. Yeah, because there's a shortage. Yeah, we only have 59. I know. Aha, it's too late. Private schools is already almost approved. Which means now we can increase our institutional investment. Because it'll probably be done, and then the Catholics won't gain more strength. Okay, so we've got the livestock ranches. That's good. We want that. Is it really that... Oh, man, what is going on? Why does the... I don't need that. Huh. Let's look at the building queue. I don't know why it's going green like that. Oh, because I had this open. That's probably why. Oh, right. Go back to the government queue. Let's go ahead and... Oh, that's alt-click. Let's go ahead and do that after that one. Motor industries. Yes. Yes. I have enough university. I feel like that's not going to be an issue. Right, because we have one there. I'm really not thinking of that northern province as mine, if I'm being honest. Alright, so we got private schools. This is good. This will reduce the power of the Catholics. Buildings under construction. Oh, I see. That's new. Okay, so let's go ahead to the politics zone. Let's look at the government. We have a contested government that's increasingly legitimate, which is good. Catholics are very unhappy. They're using pious fiction to block people from getting access to good info. So that's fun. We could do cultural exclusion, but then the ethno-nationalists won't like that. Can't have them be too upset, apparently. We have right of assembly, so that's fine. Can we get propertied women? Yeah, let's do a hard one. Okay. Oh, our money's dropping. Why? Belgian-British Association has offered an opportunity to establish a defensive pact with Great Britain. The lobby has offered to use their connections to smooth the negotiating process. Actually, that might be good. Oh, they would love for me to join their power block. Draft a treaty. Defensive pact. Minus 20. Yeah, I'll take your power block embassy, and then I will give you no tariffs on tea, I guess. No, you don't care about that, huh? No tariffs on coal. Still don't like it, huh? Well... Law commitment, propertied women. Well, that's nothing. I was already doing that. I don't know. Do you want some fertilizer? I'll give you, like... Oh, wow. That doesn't do hardly nothing. I think I'm not actually getting the bonus from, we'll wait. I don't think I'm getting the bonus from lobbies. I think a week has to pass. Oh, let's see. Organizers affiliated with the Catholic traditionalist movement have embarked on a focus campaign to inspire support for state religion in Wallonia. No! No! I do not want! Residents of every region of the world like to say that their home has a long and unique history of tight-knit community. The organizer almost agreed. The problem was, of course, that said community often did not extend to outsiders. He had been thrown out on his ear more times than he could count, but he persisted nonetheless. If he could introduce the right phrase in the right circles, perhaps even the idea that had been rejected out of hand at first would begin to find purchase. Should be no willing... Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna increase the number of radicals, but not increase the number of Catholic radicals, which is good. Wow, apparently it does not like it when I do that. That's fun. Hold up. Weary of the uneasy truce existing between our two countries, the Dutch government has approached us with a proposal of for a conference to resolve our current territorial and legal disputes. We're gonna go ahead and we agree to great power mediation. Let's just see what shakes out of the conference. Can I, like, draft a treaty now? Oh, we're literally just 3 away now. Okay, so let's go ahead and offer no subventions on coal. Yeah, 35% chance to accept it. Oh, declined by Great Britain. Newspaper offers support. The editor of the Belgian Observer has come forward and offered to support the propertied women law if we help them out with some funding. Having articles written in support of it day in, day out is obviously a boon. The true advantage, though, is not having articles written against it. Too expensive, or this is great. Yeah, actually, we need it. Wow, my dog is having a crisis. An emotional crisis. Okay, so the Treaty of Portsmouth was declined by Great Britain. We got fish. That's good. What's the grocery situation? Okay, like, I wish there was more groceries. Because I could do so much canned meat. Do we not have... Oh, we don't have canning, that's why. That'd be a good next tech, actually, is canneries. Low organization. Can support more declared interests. What does the London conference say? Ooh. Man, people really like the Belgian claims. I'm still gonna make a treaty. You can have a power block embassy here if you give me... And I don't want a non-colonization agreement. Investment rights. Oh, they're never going to agree to that. Minus 1,000. Not enough of an improvement on previously rejected treaty. Guarantee independence. They're definitely going to say yes to that. Yeah, actually, give me a non-colonization agreement for the Congo. Oh my god. Well, I still want your power block embassy. So I guess I'll just... I can ask for more than that, though. Give me a money transfer. Oh. Not enough of a minimum of plus 17. Okay, that's actually very helpful. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Send proposal. Okay, so now I have their power block embassy. I got my money, and that's going to really help me in the... Who favors Belgian claims? Belgium must assume the total public debt. That's actually not a bad deal for me, so I'm going to do it. Hey, France, do you want to give me, want to put your power block embassy here? Oh, I guess I can only do that once. I do want to buddy up to England, though, because they're big and tough, and they'll protect me from France, who's going to get really pissed at me soon. My economy is going to be too good, and I'm going to have more rights than them. Oh my god, here we go, here we go. Law enactment count, setback less than 2. Propertied women. To outside observers, the intelligentsia may appear to firmly committed to the idea of propertied women, but behind this facade of unity and discord has long festered. Now a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have finally broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. For how long have we stood together? How many times have we lent a willing hand your way? Yet your own concerns are left unanswered, and our desires left unmet. If we shall not be heard here, we shall be so elsewhere. Splitters! May the devil take them! I love that one, but it's actually usually the worst option. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a better enactment chance success at the expense of a setback and the movement itself. Because literally we just got to get our foot in the door on propertied women. Sorry, Belgians of the Gelray or whatever it is. Oh, yeah, I just had a save. I'm going to adjust the save frequency. Game. This is second. Game autosaves every year. That helps a lot. I'm using an NVMe hard drive, but that doesn't mean it's instantaneous saves. Investment process is spreading. Come on, I need motor industries. What do we got? France-Belgium Treaty of Friendship, Commerce, and Navigation. Allows France to build in Belgium. This seems a bit of a one-sided treaty to me. Personally, I feel as though that this is a bit one-sided. I would negotiate a better treaty. How about neutral investment rights? Oh, it's minus 25, huh? How about no subventions on something you care? No. How about I will give you no tariffs on... No, you don't really have anything that I like. You want no tariffs on any of my stuff? No. No subventions on any of my stuff? No. Is there a law commitment you would like? France doesn't care about any of this shit. They're like, yeah, we don't care if you're an autocracy, whatever, fuck off. Is this Napoleon III? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I was like, I don't think it's Napoleon III, but I'm just gonna be like this dingus. I guess we halted treaty negotiations. France, that wasn't really a treaty. It was more of a threat, honestly. I'm a little concerned. Okay, so what we got here? The great powers have sent their delegations to London to decide on a solution to the unsolved border issues between the Netherlands and Belgium. 5 great powers are participating in the conference. Of those that favor the Belgian claims, 1,600. Oh, wow. Nobody took the Dutch side. Nobody, whatever the 24 points is. So what are my Belgian claims? Favor the Belgian claims. Belgium is to receive the provinces of Limburg and Luxembourg in full. In order to compensate the Netherlands for the loss of 2 provinces, Belgium must assume the total public debt of the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. Oh God, what is their debt load? Oh no. I don't know how to check their debt load, actually. They've got a similar literacy rate. Their GDP is, like, smaller than mine, too, I think. Yeah, I think my GDP is significantly larger than theirs, so I should be okay if I accept the points. I ratify the Treaty of London. Oh, there we go. The conference has concluded and decided to award Belgium all of her territorial claims in exchange for assuming Dutch debts. European powers guarantee peace and stability. The newly ratified Treaty of London is a cornerstone of European peace. It solidifies Belgium's neutrality and independence and marks a new chapter in European diplomacy, one that prioritizes peace and mutual respect among nations. While the Dutch delegation continued 3-6. Belgium takes on Dutch debt of $0. They literally just gave me the free provinces. I just had more influence with the others. Wow. 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 I don't know what... Is there difficulty settings on this? I don't know what the difficulty setting is. Is there a difficulty setting? I don't think there are. Yeah, I think it's just you play as the country. Wow, this worked out really well for me. So now... we have all of this province that's still ours. We have all of Luxembourg. Oh my god, yes. Oh, we did it peacefully without having to, like, go to war. And now I have, like, a much larger state. Look at this. GDP of 4.20 million. And we've got almost 5 million people versus their measly small amount of people. Just look at radicals, states, strategic regions, population, literacy, loyalists, country relations, global GDP. I don't know what that did. There we go. Yeah, so I think I actually have more GDP out of these provinces anyway. Okay. So now that we have all that, what did we gain? I don't think we gained much other than more peasants, but got lead, we've got iron. We're gonna need more wheat. Definitely gonna need more wheat. Okay. So we've overcome our first major diplomatic hurdle, which is good. Unfortunately, it came at the expense of tying ourselves to the UK, at least temporarily. So now, what have I got to do? Propertied women has successfully progressed to the drafting phase of law enactment. Thank God. 16 weeks until we have what we need. Oh, what? Furniture's expensive now? Are we importing? Oh, no. Our own furniture is not doing well. I'm going to institute a tariff on... So we're exporting luxury furniture. And I think we're Are we importing? I thought we were importing regular furniture. No, maybe it's just crazy expensive, but we aren't, like, importing it yet. Okay. Invitation to the power block. Great Britain wishes for us to join the British Empire. If we join the British Empire, British relations towards Belgium deteriorates by 50. Oh, shit. Okay. This is a tricky one. I'm going to say no. Because I actually don't want to be part of the British Empire. The Anti-British League is formed because of a decrease in relations with Great Britain. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to improve relations, but I'm also going to talk to France. I'm going to draft a treaty. And I'm going to... Oh, I still can't. I still have the power block there. France is okay with me. Britain's improving. They weren't happy about it, but you know, it's okay. They're like, hey, we got you all this territory. Why not become part of Britain? And I was like, no. Why would I do that? I see what you're doing in India. I see what's happening. Look, and there's no dirty little secret over here. Look at this. The East India Company sure is a lot of places. Sure, a lot of princely states cut off from the ocean there, England. I'm just saying, I don't need to be cut off from the ocean. I only got this tiny coastline as it is. Ooh, the Free Commerce Committee has been formed by the United States of America. Ooh, can I talk to them about joining their power block? Well, let's check what their power block's like. Everybody loves it when you join. Free Commerce Block. Tell me about the Free Commerce Block. It's a trade league. Its identity is heavily focused on countries banding together to focus on international and external trade. This is a thing that I like. Internal trade increases infrastructures and convoys to market owner. All block members. Who's in it? Oh, it's literally just a US thing. But actually, let's look at the power blocks, because maybe Zollverein. Zollverein. Is it Zollverein? Zollverein? I can't remember. My German's still rusty. Didn't say I was good at it. Said I knew it. It's a trade league. It's not bad. Okay. That's not terrible. I might ask to join that. Oh, they don't want me to join because I would, like, destabilize it. I like how the Russian Empire is like, no, fuck no, you can't join. Belgian relations towards Russia. Russia would not accept. Why would they not accept? From base reluctance, from cohesion reduction, sovereign empire, ideological similarities in our governments. Oh, okay. Russian attitude towards Belgium is cautious. Okay. I could join the Ottoman Empire. They don't have much leverage with me, though. I would, like... I think I would do significant cohesion damage if I tried to join this empire. Oh, and it's also a sovereign empire, which is no good. They would accept, though. Why? Oh, they're protective towards me. That's so cute. What about Metternich? They're cautious. France, you've got a power block, right? What's it called? Oh, France doesn't have a power block yet. Interesting. Well, if I wanted to join the British Empire, I could, but I don't want to join a sovereign empire. I want to join, like, a trade league. Yes. Good. Propertied women has passed. Motor industries. Built in Flanders. Can I draft a treaty? Diplomatic actions. No. I would like to draft a treaty. I would like to try and improve relations with you somehow. I would like to give you trade privileges, but in exchange, I want investment rights or trade privileges myself. Why are they so catty about this? Here. We will also give you, in exchange, a single gimme. There's nothing you care about, huh? No subventions. No tariffs. Man, France, this isn't gonna work. If you don't want to trade, just say so. Oh, good. Russia and America are gonna duke it out for a while. That'll be nice. Keeps me safe. Stop. Losing power rank. We're gonna become a minor power. That's okay. I don't really need to be a major power. At least not yet. Now that we've finally plugged the economy hole. Oof. Ah. It's doing it again. I think it's saving again. Did plug the economy hole. So now what I need to do is I need to increase... Let's look at the... I need to increase my construction because the economy has developed enough where increasing the amount of construction will be useful. So let's go ahead and drop one in Flanders. Now, when you increase the size of your production, it does have ripple effects on the economy. So I'm going to try and make this as painless as possible, but it will increase the cost of a lot of goods, which sometimes is great and other times is not great. Ooh, logistics unlocked. Plus, I was prepared to do that fight. Pause it. A recently published paper on hysteria in women has been gaining traction in the medical community. The paper is being used as anti-women's rights propaganda against the propertied women law. There's no real evidence that hysteria is any more prevalent in women than it is in men, but for some reason we are the ones who keep getting diagnosed with it. This is troubling. Maybe we can do our own research. 50% chance of hurting the law, which I don't want to do. Let's see. Take time to release a comprehensive rebuttal. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's about even Steven now, which is good. So let's go ahead and work on canneries. So we need to reduce the price of food, and we need to increase wood production. So now we can actually improve Gelre. Is it Gelre? I don't know why I'm making it sound Spanish. We'll just put 2 there. That'll be fine. Actually, wait, no. No. Do that. Do the wood first. Joint stock companies unlocked. Hell yeah! This is good. I want this. I want joint stock companies. Alright, it's time to found a new company. This is another thing you can spend authority on. Steel mills throughput. I need livestock ranches throughput. This one produces a lot of prestige meat. Oh man, this is good. I have some of the most productive farms in the world. I'm gonna establish... Yes. So, this company exists. So now, let's help this company out. Industry rights. Oh, man, that's going to be difficult. Don't need monopoly rights. Don't need colonization rights. Okay, so let's look at the political movement situation. The liberal movement is still not strong enough yet. So I will not be able to help this company out initially. This company may collapse because I didn't help it out, but that's okay. It's the private companies. We did it. We got propertied women. Oh, government petition was successful. This is good. So path to liberalism. We need census suffrage or universal suffrage. Can we get to census suffrage? Oh, you know, we could do universal suffrage. I feel like it's possible. We'll do universal suffrage first, and if that doesn't work, we'll do census suffrage. It just helps a lot with the populist parties, especially now that we have propertied women. Although they won't be able to vote, they'll have an influence on the political movements. So we still don't have... Getting women to vote is going to require inventing feminism, which we're not quite there yet. I mean, it's only 1839, for goodness sake. I have a belligerent attitude towards me, huh? So let's do a diplomatic demand. I kind of want the rest of the Netherlands, if I'm being honest. I could probably take these two, but I want to get my economy complete. I want to get my military economy taken care of. Wow, already upgrading the railway, I see. Thanks, private equity. You're really helping me out of a jam. Yeah, if I'm going to do it, though, I'm going to need to be able to blockade them, which means I'm going to have a superior navy. Oh my god, so many things happening. Rightful borders. Fervently nationalistic armed forces has turned its rhetoric toward France and its province of the French Low Countries. They've been lobbying for hostile action against France to realize their territorial ambitions. No, you idiots, we need them. No, I'm going to say sorry. The anti-French lobby is not cool with me. Mostly because we're going to need the French to fight England, because England is going to be so territory happy. Let's see. Do not increase the reactionary movement. The recently translated works of Yen Tian have become popular. Is it Yen Tian? I think. We got popular within the reactionary movement. You know, assume this guy... Exiled agitator. Yep, Vietnamese. Okay. The relationship was developed to the point of Yen Tan openly endorsing the movement. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Belgian. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class, that once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects on their own. Now, this is really funny, because this is the reactionary movement. So we're just going to say no. How's that Catholic reaction going? Not too hot, is it? Oh, right, there's one more. The Great Molasses Flood. A storage tank full to the brim with molasses intended for rum distillation has burst, flooding the streets of Brussels Commercial Center, killing dozens and injuring hundreds of bystanders. The molasses, waist deep, covered the streets and swirled and bubbled about the wreckage. Here and there, struggle to form. Whether it was an animal or human being was impossible to tell. Only an upheaval, a thrashing about in the sticky mass, showed where any life was. This actually happened. This happened in Boston. Well, there's your problem. That podcast, they did a whole thing on this. It's really quite horrifying. But also, I believe it was for rum distillation. It was right ahead of Prohibition. Let's see. One tragedy must not stop progress. We need the food industry's throughput. Sorry, guys. Our food industry needs to expand, but we don't have the construction yet. Universal suffrage is failing to gain traction. Okay. This is toast. So let's go ahead and switch back to census suffrage. Okay, so we have increased railway building throughput. That's good. We need that. Come on, military shipyards. Plug my last hole in the economy. The shortages are holes. Technically, trade I like to think of as leaks. Newly formed party. The Free Trade Party. Uh-oh. Industrialists. No, don't break off and form your own party. That's not going to go very well. The Catholics are still too unified. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I hope the Liberal Party's strong enough to hold the vote on their own, because, you know, if you guys had stuck together, it would have, like, actually worked, and we could have overthrown the monarchy. The Liberal Party's anti-alcohol policy is hurting their electoral prospects, as scores of thirsty voters flock to the Patriotic Party, hoping that change in government will see an end to the country's temperance politics. No beer, no vote, or run a smear campaign against these immoral bacchanalians. Yes. Yes. That hurt real bad. I don't think the Liberals are going to do well in this election. It looks like they're potentially going to get 3rd place. That sucks. I know, we're about to become a minor power. What? Why did our, like... Wow. Our prestige just, like, wildly changed. Is it finally improving because we have supplies? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's go ahead and subsidize shipbuilding so that we can prioritize these for export. We're going to become a center of shipbuilding. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Campaign financing. Parties, particularly the Free Trade Party, you guys are the industrialists, what the fuck, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. Let's see what your men are what you mean charging fees. Yes, that's to be expected. Let's see what you men are charging. Fees, yes, that's what's to be expected. But what's this lodging charge? What fancy hotel room could have that fancy hotel room could house half a village? And there's enough wine billed here to drown a fish. Votes don't come cheap, sir. You want to win, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna help the Free Trade Party. Fuck you guys. This is gonna screw me over, but hopefully those votes go to the Liberals. Okay, it did not help. Those all went to the Patriotic Party. Oh, man. The roots of democracy. In a show of public support for the new censor suffrage reform, citizens in Flanders have offered to volunteer organizing upcoming elections. Oh my god, yes. A democracy that only functions by the grace of bureaucrats and governing functionaries can never reflect the civic duty it calls upon its citizens to perform. We must all contribute, not just our votes, but the work and materials that allows those votes to have an effect. Send them out across the country. They should focus their efforts in Flanders. Let's go ahead and send them out across the country. I need it because we need better suffrage. I want to get these journal items because they really help later on. You get like a little special event bonus. Oh yeah, Rotterdam. I like how literally the... Oh my god. Oh my god, stop it. Stop. What the heck? Did not like that. New elections. Okay, the government is unacceptable, so we need to make a better one. What a weird fucking government. It's legitimate. The Liberals are now in a legitimate government with the industrialists who only care about money. This is perfect. This is good. You want this. You want this. Let's see. Plutocratic. So they endorse oligarchy and wealth voting, which I don't like. The main thing is we're anti-clerical and we're Republican, so we're probably going to just make this work. I don't want to do an atheism run, but, like, it does sometimes help immensely. Really hope some Catholic doesn't come on here and be like, why do you hate the Catholic Church so much? It's like, I'm just trying to go for the woke run, and the Catholics tend to stand in the way of that in this game. Okay, so we got wood now. That's good. Wow, okay, so the economy is actually doing pretty good. Yeah, we got hardwood production. Okay, census suffrage is coming along. This isn't too bad, actually. I just need more authority. Which means I'm actually going to take the gas off of that one. And off of that one. And I'm going to try and boost this company to get them to a good spot. Belgian fabrics. I would like to give you the industry rights to textile mills. I would like to give you investment rights. There we go. Make us a powerhouse, fabric guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and build another construction sector because the economy seems to be bearing it. The more construction I get, the stronger I will become because I will be able to build stuff very quickly. And I have a very large population of unemployed people. All of whom are, like, highly qualified. Holy crap. We have like 500 machinists ready to go. Belgian motors. Whoa. Plus 6.3. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Must have just finished building something. Okay, so the arms industry is coming together. I'm actually going to go to the market really quick, and I'm going to place a generally high tariff on guns. Is that export or import? That's import. We want export. Low tariffs on export. Wow, they're just like importing. Yeah, they're importing stuff from me. That's great. Okay. So this is the last construction sector I'm going to be able to build for a while, I think. Because at a certain point, the economy can no longer bear it. Huh. Oh, Wallonia. Oh, wow, they've got 1,000 unemployed people here. That's not too many, actually. And they're about to have a bunch of people get employed in the arms industry. Hold up. Simulation speed dropped for a hot second. It usually doesn't chug this early. This is my first time on Arch, so I don't know if I'm missing some kind of weird dependency. British investors, can I give them investment rights? Oh, yeah. Treaty of Reciprocity. That is not reciprocal, England. Is this still binding? This was signed in 1831 on the 12th of August. I'm gonna withdraw from this treaty. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, that's not reciprocal. You get to, like, dominate my economy. Fuck that shit. The reason you don't want to give big foreign economies investment rights is because they can then, like, buy up your entire economy. It's very dangerous, especially if you have a lot of privatized stuff. You usually can't buy it back. Unless you have, like, the command economy, but they're going to do everything they can to stop you from doing that. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so we still got... Wow, we're still in the positive, huh? Even with all these open and the, like, really bad subsidies. Incredible. You gonna ever, like, buy anything? Okay, public address goes awry. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of census suffrage by Charles again, was quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the intelligentsia. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Charles' arguments had been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question's on everyone's lips now if it's merely a mishap, if this mishap was due to inherent failings of census suffrage, or can be talked down to the political incompetence of the intelligentsia. Not the proposal. We're just gonna scrap the draft. He retired in shame. Who's in charge of his interest group now? Reformer. He endorses culture exclusion, propertied women, and compulsory primary school. Oh, thank God. Pause? Hello? There we go. A mine in Wallonia has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Wallonia and the nation. They dug me out, but they left my friend behind. That was all the foreman. Man, excuse me, just a sec. That was all the foreman was able to get out of the wretched boy. Sooty rags clung to him like wispy strands of a torn funeral jacket. Whether he held back his tears for fear of a beating or to keep strong, the foreman did not know. He was spent for the day. The foreman hoped the manager had a mind for mercy. Small price to pay for the march of industry. Outrageous abuse of the common man cannot continue. Let's do it, baby. Let's boost them. Raising concerns, huh? Intelligentsia have expressed concerns about their government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Oh yeah? Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clean air of Belgium with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed, or they need to accept we cannot always please everyone. I hate to say it, Intelligentsia. There's a reason we're doing that. Oh, did we lose the prosperity bonus? Oh, because somebody else built another railroad. Bessemer process. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so let's go over here to buildings. Let's go to steel mills and switch it to Bessemer. Now, initially, this is going to result in lower productivity. However, I'm going to pump the steel industry too. Putting subsidies in the right spot is definitely something that's like really helpful. So initially we're going to have significant drop. There's going to be a lead shortage. Why is there a lead shortage? Oh, are they not able to hire anybody because I'm pumping the... Yeah, okay. Whoopsie doodle. Sometimes that doesn't work. We don't have... There's too many peasants, not enough unemployed people. I thought... Yep, I remember it because it wasn't over there. Yeah, okay. Okay. So it's going to drop a bit, but I think we can start exporting. Let's go to market. Industrial goods, steel. Yeah, let's subvent it for export. So tariffs are when you take money from someone who's trying to trade, and subventions are when you give them money to trade. Just keep that in mind. In the midst of the debate surrounding census suffrage, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the armed forces, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. The man's viewpoints may be somewhat partisan, but sir, you cannot argue with his prose. So I want to point something out, all right? I'm gonna be a little weird about this. What is this armed forces play? I really want to know. It's like, oh man, like we need democracy and the army loves democracy. And it's like weird because like, I guess in my country, it doesn't always feel like the army loves democracy. Let's see. Oh, we'll be fine on that. Do I want the armed forces to get stronger? Maybe. But I really need that plus 20 prestige. Okay, so the artillery foundry is nearly complete. It's number 20 in artillery foundries. There are only 20 artillery foundries. Oh man, you guys, you don't have a lot in the Belgian Galleria. Oh, thank God, we finally got a liberal agitator. Can I get another agitator? Show only available. Don't want the traditionalists. Do want the radical. Land reformer, that might be useful. Oh my God, yes. Yes, yes, yes. No police, public schools, universal suffrage, protected speech. Okay, we're inviting the bourgeois guy. This guy's a jingoist, which, okay, sure, whatever. I guess that's fine. In this context right now. So, he's beloved. What can I do? Can I make him... Can I grant him command? Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, liberalize the bourgeois, man. Let's go. Got it. We got canneries. Okay, so let's do... No, we don't need fractional distillation. Because we need to consider how we're going to go to war with our enemies. And that we're going to be a trade power. So let's go ahead and get hydraulic cranes going. I need to have an internal economy that's capable of, basically invading the Netherlands. Can I declare an embargo? Yeah. Yeah, fuck you, guy. You need me more than I need you. Where can I declare an interest? Oh, wow, I can declare a lot more interests. Sure, I guess we'll declare interest in France. I get the feeling I'm gonna have to liberate the French Low Countries right there. Those guys might need to be free. Hey, here's a treaty idea I had. Okay, here's my treaty idea. Alright. We do a defensive pact, right? And then I give you... Alright, I give you... You don't want subvention... I give you subventions on tools. How do you feel about that? Not enough. Minus 60. Ay, ay, ay. What would it take, huh? Not even that. Why won't he accept this? From diplomatic stance with Belgium. Untrustworthy country. Why am I untrustworthy? I'm very reputable. Okay, fine. France. Buddy. Oh, you don't even want to consider it. Oh, UK. What do you, yeah, you want me to join. We'll give you investment rights if you give us investment rights. Minus 22, huh? Man. Well, we'll see what happens when I actually go to war with my enemy. Huh. Waiting for census suffrage. A popular Flemish newsletter was released, has released a statement by Victor I'm not even going to try. Endorsing several poets known for their sympathies to the petty bourgeoisie's interests. The ideas of the love and comradeship are present therein, but one looks beyond the surface. When one looks beyond the surface, one is faced with the precise conditions for such a thing. Those things which foster the highest ideals can be made manifest in one's daily life. The idols of Flemish culture stand behind our reforms. Or the loyal support of the petty bourgeoisie should be rewarded. This guy's a jingoist. I'm gonna say let's pump the bourgeoisie for a hot minute because we're gonna need them for economic reforms. The liberal movement is kind of capped out at about 16%. It's really struggled to get up there. Our literacy has dropped, actually. What the heck? Let me guess. Why did my literacy rate go down? I have school. Oh, education is wealth-based. Yeah, I wanted to pump the intelligentsia, and now I cannot. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to do a social mobility campaign. We're going to have to stop bolstering the liberal movement. And instead, oh my god, have to go enact a, like, I wanted to do this. I did want the boost to the intelligentsia because I thought they were the ones that were going to get us to democracy. And they probably will. It's one of those things where a lot of the times decisions you make 10 years ago have a prescient effect like 10 years later. It's like how all my planning is only really paying off after about 12, let's see. It's been almost 8 years before now I have like a functioning military economy. There we go. Except now there's a lead shortage because, you know, help. Need more lead. Use rail transport. Actually, yeah. Why am I not using rail transport? How are the railways doing these days? Yeah, they're all doing good in Moneytown. Oof. Yeah, sure. Let's do rail transport. Oh, wait. It won't work on every single one because there isn't any in the Gelray. But this should help even out the workload somewhat. From the heart of the sea, a new admiral has presented himself at the ports of Wallonia. Wait, which is... Well, I guess they have a river. Cheerfully acclaimed by his peers, however, the nephew of Jean de Murman? I don't know. This guy, Rolls executive, ideology Republican. Oh, is this the guy in charge of what I don't know what company he's in charge of. Yeah, but what company? Whatever. Also postulated that he has the most profound interest in the same title. There's stories, if one pays attention, that sound so impossible that they should belong in a novel. There was a kid, the sailors say, that started his life in a whaler, and then was one of the 8 men who managed to return from a terrible, terrible trip. For years, no one knew where he was. He couldn't talk. He wouldn't talk. Refused to look a man in the eye. When he then served in 6 different whalers and brought them all home safe and sound. The men will follow him, or we shouldn't make this guy upset. Yeah, I'm not helping the landowners. Fuck off. Oh. The industrialists have started complaining about the wasteful inefficiency of subsistence farms in Wallonia. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and callous hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to use more advanced tools would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. This might be good. I don't really want, let's see. It's like the perfect ground for an army base. State construction efficiency. That actually might be useful. And I say that because it is time to expand the army. Upgrade all units. Yes. We'll go ahead and we'll basically double the size of the army. Yeah, finish the glassworks. And then there we go. Oh, we had canneries. Did we actually turn them on? I don't think I turned them on. Let's go ahead and say meat. It's time for a meat cannery. And I'm going to subsidize groceries because they're critical to our food industry. All right. Increased sightings of anti-British League members socializing with lawmakers at restaurants and entertainment establishments are raising concerns about lobbyist conduct. A lobbyist hands a drink to a politician and pats him on the back. Liquid amber swirls in their tumblers. Jovially, he tells him, "Excellent, you're among friends here with the anti-British League. Now that matters about Great Britain have been discussed, let us set aside this talk of business for the rest of the evening." Man. This indulgent behavior should not be tolerated. I'm sorry, guys. We need the legitimacy. Like, look at our government. We were just barely legitimate, and now we're at, like, -5. It's pretty bad. We really want to reform the electoral system. More pragmatically inclined members of the landowners, currently opposed to the passing of census suffrage, have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the armed forces, however. Compromise makes a good umbrella, but a poor roof. It is a temporary expedient. I can't pronounce that. Often wise in party politics, almost sure to be unwise in statesmanship. This is very true. Oh my goodness. So, hate to say it, but I really... No, I want to make sure it passes. I want to guarantee passage. The growth of branch lines along the main rail routes has been immensely valuable to the growth of our burgeoning rail industry. A child has been arrested for picking up coal alongside newly laid tracks. If the youth had been smart enough to steal the whole railroad, he would have been hailed as the Napoleon of industry. Ha ha! Ho ho! Ha ha! That's a good joke. Let's focus on getting steel railway cars because that's going to be wicked important. Labor movement unlocked. +1 potential agitator. Oh, agitators. Oh, no. Standard of living's too good. Okay. This is going to hurt. What's our minimum expected? Oh, okay. We're still way above. We're not like the best country in the world, but at least we're doing okay. So... the labor movement, I can add another agitator. Oh, right. But I already did the thing, so we got to wait. It's on cooldown. Y'all gonna use those privileges I gave you? Because, you know, we don't have to do it that way. What assets you got now? Oh my god, they got some assets. Yeah, baby. Look at that. They got steel mills, they got tooling workshops, they got iron mines, they got trade centers. Oh yeah, those trade centers are gonna make them moolah. And then, when we enact the revolution, we get to reap the rewards, I guess. If I can get communism going. If I can get communism or anarchism going, it'll be pretty good, but it's going to be tricky. Spurred by revolutionary sentiments spreading across Europe, the radical movement is becoming widespread in Belgium. Whether we support or oppose them, this heralds a time of great change and reaction. The people of the Belgian nation have a right to rule themselves, free from the clutches of kings and aristocrats who hoard the hereditary power. We have made our demands clear. They will be met, or we shall take to the streets. We will win our freedom with the blood of martyrs if we have to. Do not support the conservative establishment. Hippolyte I can't pronounce that. Will change ideology to radical. What is their political movement? The bourgeoisie are going to become radicals. Oh my god, yes. Oh, the radical movement is marginal. So is the labor. Oh my god, the labor movement's there. The positivist movement. Oh my god, this is great. We're getting some politics happening now. We are so close. This is going to be great. The next election is going to be fucking wild. It's going to be awesome. Authority. Oh, I love this authority. The path to Lizeralism was successfully completed. Freedom, equality, and brotherhood. The intelligentsia, under the leadership of Nicolas de Haaskamp, has ushered in an era of liberal politics that promises freer society where all citizens have a part in the political process. You will find many ideologues who claim to represent the will of the people, but who silence its voice when who silence its voice when it cries out in opposition to their policies. Not we. We will remove the people's shackles one by one until they are freed of the yoke of the past. Only then can we see what the will of the people truly is and let it shape the future. De Harskamp for a fearless victory. So this will give him massive popularity, and he's not too old, but he's a reformer. This is not what we need. I want to change his beliefs to radical. So here's the deal. Is we now have a radical government in charge, I believe. The ideology of the liberal... Oh. Just a sec. Let a week pass. And then we'll go back to the politics page. Oh, he's still a reformer. Ah, whatever. Anyway, so now we have anti-slavery, Republican, anti-clerical, and liberal. So let's go ahead and go to the freedom of conscience zone. We still can't get to state atheism. Why can we not do state atheism? It's not supported by any interest group. Oh, really? Because I thought there were some radicals, or some positivists. But that's okay. So we got census suffrage, freedom of conscience, monarchy, so we should consider changing to a parliamentary republic, but we may not get there yet. Oh, I want that one. We have propertied women, no social security, no healthcare system, private schools. We want to enact this, but the current government cannot do it. Okay. Restrict child labor. Let's do it. Public schools. I mean, it's gonna pass, so that'll be good. Alright, so unfortunately, I have run out of time. But don't worry, because there will be, yeah, well, we're about 10 years, we're a little bit less than 10 years in. It's 100 years. So I figure each one of these is probably going to get close to the just under the 10-year mark. So probably be 11 parts. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, the progress to woke Belgium continues. And that is all I have to say about that, assuming I can end the stream.